Hey everybody, Yogi here, doing well, hope you're doing well. We are at Harrington State Park and they have a nice little quarry area, and sign there says Quarry Lake is that way, down that path where Mrs. Yogi and my son are. So this is a revisit, but there used to be a town here called Stonehaven, and it's no longer a town, it's a ghost town, but they do have some stuff here. They got like little signs on here. Welcome to Stonehaven Historical Trail. That's what the quarry used to look like before it was filled in. It says this 1.5 mile trail takes you on a historical journey around Quarry Lake, once the site of a quarry in an old company town called Stonehaven. Though much has changed since then, you can still imagine the workers as they cut and hauled limestone from the quarry long ago. It's very nice, very peaceful here. There is a couple of structures left. There's one of the foundations right there. Not sure what it is, I don't remember. It says the company town. From 1901 to 1925, the Lakeshore Stone Company owned the lakefront property that is now part of Harrington Beach State Park and built a company town known as Stonehaven. This house was part of Stonehaven and was occupied by workers of the Lakeshore Stone Company. It was moved 1 mile north of the park after the quarry closed, but its foundation still exists. This is the old foundation of it. Kind of neat. I wish there was more left. Foundations are kind of cool, but would have been nice to hit like a ghost town, you know what I mean? There's a trail right here that goes to the beach. I guess the beach is doing much better. Last time we were here at the actual beach, there was no beach left. It had all eroded. This is the old company store. Workers bought pasta, tobacco, kegs of wine, and just about everything except beer at the company store. They bought beer at taverns in Lake Church, Shannon's, and Groff's, or from Groff's delivery wagon. On Saturday nights, quarry workers cashed in their weekly accumulation of tokens, one for every cart of stone quarried. Each token was approximately the size and value of a quarter. The best worker might earn $9 for a 10-hour workday. So that's the store that used to be here. And that's what's left. Just a stone foundation. Stonehaven housing. The Lakeshore Stone Company Village, Stonehaven, housed quarry workers from Italy, Luxembourg, and Australia. Merry employees lived in small 15 by 20 foot houses built on stilts. 2 barracks, known as the Italian house and the Austrian house, sheltered bachelors. Some workers lived in shacks they built for themselves. So there was housing back in this area here. I don't know what this is from, but that's all that's left. We have arrived at the Quarry Lake. Now there's part of a structure left in the water. I don't know if you can see it. There was a stone crusher. It says mules pulled rail cars laden with stone from the quarry and cables hauled them to the crusher, which could handle 1,500 yards of stone each day. Working like an enormous grater, the crusher produced small stones and limestone powder, which were then carried out by conveyors. After 1920, washed gravel roadbeds were preferred over crushed limestone. Soon, the pumps ceased to run in this once flourishing quarry, and it gradually filled with water, becoming the deep, serene lake you see today. So I don't know if you can see it. Right over there, you've got foundation still in the water all along here. Apparently that was a stone crusher. And that's the quarry right there. You can fish here. They have trout. You can get 3 total a day. They got bass, walleye, sauger. They're hybrids of northern pike. Wow. Bluegill, crappie, bullheads, pumpkin seed, sunfish, yellow perch, and catfish. Really? Look at how quick that drops. I don't know if you can see it from here. Right there. Just sheer drop. A little bit of water and then boom. You go about 30 feet, probably 50 feet. It looks like I could see a little bit of a wood structure out in there, but you probably can't. This is the quarry. There are some folks out here fishing today. Beautiful day for it. Quite a few people out here today, enjoying this beautiful weather. I hear a waterfall. I see a waterfall. But can we see a waterfall? There it is. A little bit of a waterfall right there. Beautiful place. A little water running right there. And that's where your waterfall is. Right there. You know what would be neat? I don't know if they do that here, but to have like a dark walk. All right, who wants to walk over that? I'll give you $5. All right, $5. $5 to anybody who wants to walk over that. My son's gonna.
No.
He ain't going over that.
No, I don't want you to. Get off of there.
It's not that far up. It's only, he'll get wet and he'll break a leg. That's about it. He might face plant, get a fracture. He'll be fine. These cliffs are very, very steep. But people are still going past here and going down a little ways and trying to fish. I mean, that's a sheer drop right there. You go on that, you're in trouble. If you don't know how to swim. We come up to this with a picnic table. Nice, beautiful view of the quarry. Off the trail here, we can go down. I think. I think we did last time. Walk down through the woods, into the woods a little bit. Careful for ticks. What are those?
Well,
What are those? Those are interesting. And when I look over here, it kind of reminds me of like a campground. Oh my gosh, is that Jason Voorhees? This is Voorhees. Where's Jason? You jump in that? You jump in that, it's probably 200 feet deep right there. Right there.
Why don't you test it out?
My son said, why don't you test it out? Wow.
What, just drop something?
Love you too. So it's called the American Mayflower. The Witch's Umbrella. What is it called again? American Mayflower? Mayapple? All right. American Mayapple. And apparently it screams when you pull it out of the ground and people will die. So yeah, I don't know. That's what my wife said. KnowYourRoots.com. All right. So we come to this beautiful it looks like a new wooden dock. Again, water is up here and it's the cliff. And then it drops real quick. You can almost see it right there, how quick it drops down. This is nice. Beautiful view here. Got the fishing pole holders. Just sit here and chill out. Do some fishing. I'm amazed at how much variety of fish they have in here. Very nice. Very nice and quiet and peaceful. Again, you can see the cliff there. The steep drop just goes and goes and goes. There is a piece of tree right in front of us that goes down, down, down. So right there it says swimming, boating, littering prohibited. There's my soda can.
Criminal.
My son just called me a criminal. Right there's a little birdie. Hi there. What are you? Well, you're pretty friendly. Wow. The fact that you are that close is interesting. He's still pretty close. What are you doing there, dude? I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to rip your head out. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, he's gone. And just like that, we are coming to the end of our walk around the quarry lake. And we are back where we started. All because of that stone crusher. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Just sitting there for 100 years. Another little piling right there. And just over there is Lake Michigan on the other side of the trees over there. And there's the quarry. Oh, I can't go here. You know what's a bummer? That I have this can and I can't find a garbage can anywhere to put it in. Why do they have all these picnic tables? People are going to picnic. And instead of pack it in, pack it out?
Yeah, so leave no trace.
That's a ridiculous idea. All the money we pay for these parks, the fees, taxes, and they can't even. Ooh, I smell grilling. I smell food. The anchor from the steamer Niagara and how it met its fiery end. A quote from 1846, "Her saloon is superbly fitted and furnished, and the accommodations for steerage passengers on the main deck are unsurpassed." It sunk just east of where we are. Between 1844 and 1857, palace steamers ruled Great Lakes transportation. About half of the European immigrants bound for Wisconsin traveled by steamer. Large and luxurious palace steamers carried passengers between the major Great Lakes ports and stopped at many Wisconsin coastal towns. Built in 1846, the 245-foot Niagara embodied the cutting edge of maritime engineering. Capable of speeds up to 15 miles per hour, the Niagara could carry several hundred passengers and large cargoes. As larger, faster steamers eclipsed the Niagara, the ship was transferred to less prestigious routes. The Niagara spent its final season traveling between Collingswood, Ontario, and Chicago. At 2:30 p.m. on September 23, 1856, the Niagara left Sheboygan for Port Washington. At 4 p.m., the fire broke out, and moments later the engine stopped, leaving the ship stranded. Facing smoke and flames, the passengers panicked. Despite rescue efforts, at least 60 people died, most from drowning while frantically boarding lifeboats. The Niagara fire remains one of Wisconsin's worst transportation disasters. Today, the Niagara offers divers an underwater museum of mid-19th century maritime technology, including the huge iron engine, boilers, and hull. This 3,000-pound anchor came from the Niagara and was placed here prior to laws that now protect underwater sites. So there is the anchor from the Niagara that sunk right out there. Last time I was here, the beach pretty much ended at the bottom of those stairs. Now, the beach is much larger, probably 100 yards. The water level just dropped that far, but when we were here, man, that water was up to here. I think my wife took pictures, right? You have pictures? It was pretty much right up here to the... There was like no beach. And now, there's lots of beach. And there's Lake Michigan. Found another sign. From booming business to quiet park. The quiet, peaceful scene at Harrington Beach State Park contrasts sharply with its former life as a quarry and company town. You can just imagine the noise as limestone was blasted loose, hauled in steel cars by mules, pulled by cable along the inclined tramways, crushed by a giant crusher, and shipped out by wooden slab-sided ships via Lake Michigan. Harrington Beach State Park was established in the early 1960s, 40 years after the quarry closed. So that's going to do it for this episode of Road Trips with Yogi from Harrington Beach State Park. please like, share, subscribe, comment. They're all free to do. There's other ways you can help support this channel. Patreon. Go to Road Trips with Yogi on Patreon. Or become a member of this YouTube channel. You're already a subscriber. Until the next episode, folks, I'm Yogi. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. I'm out of here.